Squid Game Season 2 has arrived on Netflix, and we can't deny that it has indeed raised the stakes for every player. The new season surpassed the level of the previous season in terms of bloodshed and betrayals. We were also treated to some massive twists. For instance, Frontman participated in the games alongside the players. However, since the beginning of Squid Game Season 2, we saw Gi-hun determined to shut the games forever. So many fans might wonder if he really won in his motives. Well, here's all you need to know. If you haven't watched the show yet, please have in mind that this video contains spoilers. Unfortunately, our beloved protagonist, Gi-hun, doesn't win this time. While there was bloodshed since the beginning of the games, we weren't prepared to witness something that was featured in the final episode of the series. Season 2 of Squid Game takes place 2 years after the events of Season 1. Gi-hun has spent these years tirelessly tracking down the organizers of the deadly games, determined to end them once and for all. After years of searching, he finally crosses paths with the recruiter from Season 1. Using this connection, Gi-hun manages to arrange a meeting with the frontman, the mastermind behind the games. Initially, Gi-hun plans to assemble a small group of thugs to assist in his mission, but his plan falls apart. Left with no other choice, he decides to re-enter the games, believing he can dismantle them from within. The season begins with a tense confrontation between Gi-hun and the salesman. In a dangerous twist, the salesman challenges Gi-hun to a game of Russian roulette in exchange for information about the organizers of the games. Gi-hun, filled with rage, calls him a dog blindly following his master's orders. The salesman, however, reveals his dark backstory, how he was recruited into the games at a young age and was tasked with burning the bodies of the deceased participants. Over time, he found a twisted sense of power and respect after getting a gun, which he started using for the Russian roulette. In a chilling sequence, the salesman confidently loads the revolver, spins the cylinder, and begins the game with Gi-hun. Both men take turns pulling the trigger, aiming the gun at their own heads. Gi-hun's incredible luck from Season 1 seems to persist as he survives each turn. As the game nears its end, with only one bullet remaining, the tension peaks. In a shocking twist, the salesman does the unthinkable. Rather than kill Gi-hun to win the game, he chooses to end his own life, accepting his fate. The rest of the season follows Gi-hun as he re-enters the games, attempting to protect other participants while working on his plan to destroy the system from within. One significant scene is the voting that takes place after each day's games, which determines whether the players should continue playing or stop the games. Gi-hun attempts to persuade players to vote to end the games during one of the voting sessions, but it is difficult because the frontman later infiltrates the games as player number 001 and votes to continue playing, ending the tie. Throughout the season, the frontman, who is later identified as No-Eul, even forms a deceptive friendship with Gi-hun. Meanwhile, the police officer from Season 1 continues his relentless search for Gi-hun and the organizers of the Squid Game. He embarks on this mission with the help of a captain who saved his life 2 years ago, finding him wounded on a beach after the events of Season 1. Together, they've been sailing in search of the mysterious island, but as the story unfolds, the officers' efforts are repeatedly thwarted, revealing an apparent traitor in their midst. The shocking revelation comes when the captain kills one of the officers' crew members, exposing himself as the mole. Apparently, the captain has been leaking information to the frontman, including the critical detail that Gi-hun has a tracker embedded in his tooth. This means his real mission is to keep the officer away from the island, ensuring he never got close to uncovering the truth. However, the police officer and his team have not yet identified what is going on as of now, but the captain's deliberate misdirection explains why they've spent so long at sea yet never finding the island. Back in the games, after another voting session, a brutal fight between Team O and Team X breaks down in the men's restroom and eventually ends with 5 killings. To prevent the deaths of his team members, Gi-hun asks his allies to hide under the beds after the lights go out. Even though he and his allies could protect themselves, they could not prevent the other deaths. However, when the armed soldiers show up, Gi-hun and his friends snatch their guns and kill them. They also succeed in capturing a soldier who would guide them to the chamber of his master. However, before the soldier can take them to the destination, he gets killed. After that, the brutality of the show begins. Gi-hun and Jung-bae head toward the control room while their allies, including No-Eul, stay behind to tackle the army of the masked men. Later, No-Eul reveals his true identity to 2 of Gi-hun's allies before killing them. He also makes Gi-hun believe that he's dead over the walkie-talkie. Gi-hun and Jung-bae, along with others, surrender after running out of ammo. While some kill themselves, others get killed. Gi-hun loses his friend Jung-bae at the hands of the frontman, frontman takes this opportunity to prove to Gi-hun that his little hero games were ultimately empty. This way, he can finally teach Gi-hun that there really is no hope in the world. Knowing that Gi-hun will have to live with that lesson is far more appealing to frontman than simply killing Gi-hun. Death is too easy a way out. After what's happened to his friend, can he still maintain his objective of saving the other people in the game? Also, the frontman's backstory is revealed. The complexity of the frontman's character is further explored in Season 2. Once known as In-ho, he was a police officer whose life spiraled after personal tragedies. His motivations are rooted in loss and desperation, making him a formidable antagonist to Gi-hun's hopeful outlook. This duality raises questions about morality and survival within the brutal confines of Squid Game. We also see a new notable player, No-Eul. As new characters emerge, No-Eul adds intrigue to the story. Initially perceived as a potential contestant, she is later revealed to be a pink guard with a tragic past as a North Korean defector. Her motivations are driven by a desire to reunite with her daughter, adding emotional depth to her character and highlighting the personal stakes involved in the game. Season 2 ends on a very huge cliffhanger, but what do we expect in Season 3? Well, actually in a few seconds of suspense, the post-credits scene showcases 3 players, numbers 096, 100 and 353, approaching Young-hee, the infamous robotic doll from the red light, green light game. The doll, known for detecting movement and signaling executions, is not alone this time. Standing opposite Young-hee is another massive animatronic doll, this one a little boy in a cap. But who is he, and how does he figure into Season 3? The post-credits scene shows a train signal flashing from red to green, which could imply that this game will be another version of red light, green light. The train angle suggests a twist though. Maybe the surviving players will have to play out some real-life trolley problems in Season 3. So, as Season 2 concludes, viewers are left questioning Gi-hun's future. Will he succumb to despair or rise from the ashes of his losses? Is he still going to believe that he will be able to persuade others and leave together or put an end to the game? So what do you think about this installment of Squid Game? Do you have any theories or something you expect to see in Season 3 when it comes out? Drop a comment below and I will see you in the next one.